Yoga sequence number 6. This is yoga for your hyper days. This is meant to calm and relax both the body and the mind. Okay, just to start the practice today, we're going to do some breath work. It's called Sitali breath, and it's quite a cooling, soothing breath that calms the mind. So just coming into a seated position, resting your hands on your knees. Just gently rolling the shoulders back and down so that the chest is nice and open. Keep the back nice and straight. Taking a nice deep inhale into the belly and exhale. And then we're going to begin the breath practice itself. So you actually breathe in through a circular mouth. And if you can, curl your tongue within the mouth itself. So you're creating like a little hole for the breath to be sucked in through. So we're going to breathe in for 3, hold for 3, and then closing the mouth and breathing out for 3. Breathing out through the nose. So breathing in through the curled tongue or circular mouth. Holding the breath in for 3 seconds and breathing out through the nose for 3. So if it's hard to curl the tongue, just try and make a circular shape with the mouth. So you're sucking in the breath, like holding the breath in, breathing out for 3. Again. You're sucking, really sucking the breath, pulling the abdomen in as you hold the breath, breathing out through the nose on the exhale. One last time. Suspend and hold the breath. And exhale through the nose. So we're just going to do a version of cat-cow, which is in a seated position. It just creates a bit of flexibility, but it's a bit more of a relaxed version. So we're going to bring the hands onto the heel, the front foot. And as we breathe in, we're going to push the chest forward and allow the shoulders to come back. And as we breathe out, as we exhale, we're going to pull the tummy back towards the spine and arching the back in the opposite direction. And we're just going to take that nice and fluid at your own pace. Breathing in, coming forwards, pushing the chest forward, shoulders back, and breathing out, curving round in the opposite direction. So just using the breath itself just to propel the body. Notice how the two are in sync. Just deepening that breath so you become aware of the sound of the breath. Notice that navel, the belly tugging back towards the spine on the exhale, so we're still keeping that engagement in the abdomen. Waking up any tension, flexing the spine creates a flexible mind. Next time we inhale, we'll come sitting up. Push the shoulders nicely back and down. Keep that chest nice and open. Deep inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to come laying onto your tummies for the next posture. So laying down comfortably. You're just going to bring the hands, so the forearms are crossing in front of each other in front of you. and the chin is in line, tucked in slightly to the neck. We're just going to breathe in, lifting the head up so that you'll notice a slight tug in the abdomen. Take a nice and long and deep breath here, keeping those hips nicely firmly pressed to the floor. Exhale, we're just going to lower the head down towards the hands. Inhale, coming back up. This time we're going to cup the head with the hands, so cupping the chin. Inhale, just lifting the head slightly, pushing the feet away from you. And exhale, folding the hands back down and bring your head back down to rest. Our next posture, we're just going to keep laying on our fronts. We're just going to pull the hands back beneath the shoulders, lifting the hips up. We're going to swing them back onto the heels. Pushing the bottom back onto the heels, stretching the hands out in front in child's pose. Deep inhale and exhale. And then just swing the hands down by the sides of the legs. See how that feels. So there's a little bit more pressure on the forehead. And just soften the elbows so they gently open. Deep inhale and exhale. And then we're coming back up to sitting. We're just going to bring the legs out in front of us. Rolling back onto our backs, so laying back down, bringing the knees in towards the chest. We're just going to rock from side to side. So again, this is just a gentle massaging movement across the lower back, which is quite calming and relaxing for the mind and body. So keep going with that. And then we're just going to lay the length of the legs along the mat, swing the arms up over the head, pointing the fingers and the toes into a full length body stretch. So still keeping the chin slightly tucked in towards the chest so that the neck is allowed to make contact with the mat. Got a nice elongated spine. And breathing in, we're going to bring the right knee into the chest, hugging it with the hands. I'm just going to rock from side to side with that leg. And then we're going to raise that leg up towards the ceiling. So pointing the foot up towards the ceiling and keeping hold of the back of the leg. Just flexing that foot. And then relaxing, so noticing that lengthening of the muscles and the contraction of the muscles along the leg. Pointing and then pushing the heel away. So drawing that knee back into the chest and then allowing it to fall along the length of the mat. We're going to bring the opposite knee into the chest this time. And again, just rocking that knee, opening the hip from side to side. Keeping the breath nice and long and deep. And then we're going to push the heel again up towards the ceiling as we grab the back of the thigh or knee, wherever's comfortable. And you're just going to alternately point and flex the foot. Keeping that chin slightly tucked in towards your chest. And then lowering the foot back down, allowing it to slide along the length of the mat. Just taking a moment here, allow the hands to fall to the floor beside you, wrists rotating so the palms are facing upwards. Nice long deep breath. And then we're going to slide the left foot up towards the bottom, so allowing it to plant firmly on the floor by the buttocks. We're going to bring the right leg to rest, or the right foot to rest on the thigh of the left leg. And then we're going to hook our arms round the left thigh and pull it in towards the chest. Again, just allowing that motion with the breath to guide the movement, so pulling it in on the inhale, and as you exhale, allowing it to soften away from the body. And just notice that stretch along that right thigh, down the calf. And allowing that left foot to fall back to the floor, the right foot down to meet it, and we're going to swap over, so the left foot sits on the right thigh. We're going to draw the right thigh in towards the chest. Again, with the breath, creating a nice rocking movement with the inhale, drawing the knee slightly closer to the body, and on the exhale, allowing it to soften. And again, just noticing those points of resistance that you might be noticing along the length of the leg, and just breathe into it. And then when you're ready, bringing both feet down towards the floor. And this time we're just going to allow the knees to open slightly, so the feet come in to touch each other, the insides of the feet. And we're going to swing the legs up into the air, threading the hands through the knees to grab each foot. And we're going to come into happy baby pose. So we're going to push the heels up towards the ceiling and see how that feels. And then lower them down again on the exhale. So inhale, pulling them up. And exhale, pulling them back down. So trying to get those knees to kind of fall in line with the armpits. So it's like an upturned frog position. And the next time we bring the heels up, we're just going to hold it just for a moment. And we're just going to gently rock from side to side. Just again, keeping that steady so you don't lose your balance. If you need to bend your knees in slightly to create a bit more stability, do so. And then very slowly, we're just going to keep those feet pressed together as we lower them down towards the mat. Hips are nice and wide, knees are pointing away from each other. Take a nice deep inhale and see if you can walk your feet up a little bit closer towards your bottom, and see how that feels on the exhale, just to allow those knees just to soften, the pelvic area to open. Keeping the chin tucked in as well, so that the back makes as much contact with the mat as possible. Softening the elbows, softening the shoulders. And when you're ready, bringing your knees up to meet each other. We're just going to bring them back into the chest, and we're going to do some full length body rolls to come back into a seated position. Again, hands are on your knees in a nice comfortable pose. Shoulders are soft. Breathing into any tension or discomfort. Keeping that breath nice and long and deep as possible. And we're just going to close the session with a meditation. It's a very simple one, and it's just to keep you grounded. So when you're feeling like things are getting a little bit unsteady or you don't know quite what's happening around you, this is a really simple posture just to bring you back. So we're breathing in, bringing the arms up. So the palms are slightly facing forwards but pointing up towards the ceiling. Just gently give the shoulders a roll back and down because we don't want to strain the neck. And you're just going to keep that breath nice and long and deep. And because it's grounding, just noticing the point where the hips, pelvic, sacrum part of the body makes contact with the surface beneath. Notice the connection with the thigh muscles, the buttocks. Feel that stability and support of the mat and the floor beneath you. Keep those heels of the hands pushed up away as you keep that opening across the chest. Keeping your awareness at your third eye so you're breathing any unwanted thoughts away. And then we're just going to take your awareness now to the crown of your head. Just breathing in as if there's a strong thread of light flowing down through the body, right from the crown of the head, through the back of the neck, down along the length of the spine, and anchored at a point at the base of the spine towards the floor. And just get a feeling that on either side of that thread that you're balanced and aligned, strong and stable. Taking a nice deep inhale. Bring the palms to meet each other over the crown of the head. And then drawing them back down to your heart center. Taking an inhale here, bring the hands back up. And exhale as we lower forwards to meet the floor. Softening, allowing the forehead to soften. If you need to support the forehead with the backs of the hands, do so. Just checking in, any points of discomfort. Breathing in one last time into those areas of the body. Calming and restoring your whole system. And when you're ready, breathing back up into a seated posture. Resting the hands on the knees. Taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Thank you.